BYU, the Kansas Jayhawks, Houston, and the death of TCU basketball. What a Saturday. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Vegas knows exactly what it's doing. Everything is rigged. Nothing is unplanned. 85-74 BYU, who is an 11.5-point favorite. You best bet took it on FanDuel, wins by 11 against the Utah Utes. Are they the hottest team in the country? We will start there. Also go Houston, a win at Baylor with a second-half rally. Texas Tech is as legit as they come. Iowa State demolishes Kansas State. Kansas over Arizona with a gutsy home win, holding on at the end. Oklahoma State beats Cincinnati. Colorado ends TCU's season outside of the Big 12 tournament, and I guess the NIT, if you want to count that. And then West Virginia, you're going dancing. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. If you hit subscribe, I get to keep my job. Let's talk basketball. The Marriott Center has become maybe the second or third best venue in the Big 12. How do you beat Allen Fieldhouse? I'm not sure if you can. It's the history. It's the luster. Like, just please don't argue with me on this one, but understand the Marriott Center is like, and even Hilton is up there too, obviously. But God bless. It is a Trevin Knell 3 in this game that makes like a 13, 14-point lead for BYU, that the roof comes off, unglued. Eardrums don't matter anymore. And I don't know if there's a hotter team, a hotter fan base, a more excited fan base. I told you this earlier in the week on Thursday. You have to accept that BYU is good. BYU fans are the kings of being like, well, we'll choke this one away at some point. Get that out of your brains. Believe for once. Have some hope. It's a beautiful word. You all know the thing about faith. Do it here. It was a three-pointer that was followed up pretty soon by, I think, a Dallin Hall layup. And that, yeah. So Dallin Hall makes a layup, 63-49 is the new score. Timeout, Utah. And I was on a plane from Dallas to Lubbock. I'm in a wedding this weekend in West Texas. Oh, a Sunday wedding, which is crazy. And couldn't really see the game because, American Airlines, but I could hear it. It's like, oh, no. That's going to, hurt. That's jet engine level. There will be ears that are bleeding. BYU, so hot in basketball. The fan base is so hot. And they're right there with Houston. Houston is still the best team in the Big 12. LJ Cryer comes in this revenge tour game and beats the Baylor Bears in Waco. Silences the crowd in Waco. Baylor has maybe its best first half of the season. Arguably one of its better halves, if not its best half, 29-26 going into the break against Houston. Very few teams are going to score 60 points against the Cougars. To score 60 points at home and lose, that's demoralizing. Baylor's 18-13, 10-10 in the Big 12. Houston's a 1 seed, finishes 19-1 in Big 12 play. No one could have seen this coming. No one could have seen Houston being this dominant day one, but they are. And guess who leads them in points? LJ Cryer, 20-30. I have zero reason. Even VJ Edgecombe is not a reason for me to trust Baylor in March. I have 5 reasons, 6 reasons, 7 reasons to trust Houston to go to the Final Four as a lock. Texas Tech over Arizona State. Fire Bobby Hurley. You used to have to rip the Band-Aid here. Just be done with it. Toppin goes 25 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks. Generational for Texas Tech. They're 20. Do you understand? Grant McCaslin and Texas Tech, after the crap storm that the program has been through the last few years with coaches, they're 24-7. The whole Mark Adams, the dude didn't skip a beat. 15-5 in Big 12 play, which most years could win you the conference, but this year Houston exists and they're otherworldly. 85-57 on the road. This was Bobby Hurley's team looking at the administration and pleading, fire the guy. I don't care if he's a legend somewhere else. I don't care if his brother wins national championships. Just do it. Iowa State 73, Kansas State 57. Don't fire Drew Tang. But what's going on? Curtis Jones has become as Taman Lipsey is still banged up, Curtis Jones is just a dog. Just a guy you got to have out there. First half, second half consistency. Iowa State wins the first half by 8, the second half by 8, the game by 16. Holds Kansas State on its home court under 60 points. Still 9-11 in Big 12 play. There are other teams that are 9-11 vying for a NCAA tournament spot right now. Kansas State had a very bad non-conference. They're not a tournament team. They're a mid-seed NIT team. The regression under Jerome Tang is the big question mark. How did you go backward? How did you go backward this aggressively, this hard? They have 2 straight years of not making the NCAA tournament. Kansas, welcome home. Hunter Dickinson, 33-10 in this game. Arizona, 14-6 in Big 12 play is good. Kansas, 11-9 in Big 12 play. This is a historically bad, still a 7 seed in the tournament. Historically bad Bill Self team. They clicked. They clicked in the first half. They held on in the second half. It was a gutsy game. A crowd got into it. Senior night at Kansas. And then Tommy Lloyd goes to the team afterwards like, our crowds have to get better, which is the last thing you say as a coach, by the way. If you whoever's listening, become an NCAA basketball coach one day, never say your crowd has to get better. They're only going to be mad at you for that and not show up. Cincinnati is done. They're done. They're not going to make March. Oklahoma State's not either, but I like the trajectory of this program. Cincinnati has now had 2 very disappointing seasons where preseason you thought they could do something, could make some noise, could be up there. 7-13 in Big 12 play. Would have to win the Big 12 tournament to have a shot at March. No, I don't think they will. Colorado ends TCU's hopes. They were like the one team. I think West Virginia's in. TCU was the one I thought, okay, you beat Colorado on the road. We're feeling better. Not only did you lose, you lost by 20 points to the worst team in the conference. 3-17 in Big 12 play. Baylor did the same thing. And Baylor might be an 11 seed now. That is, you made your bed, TCU, lie in it. West Virginia. No Tucker DeVries out there either. After he's gone, you're like, well, that's it. No more West Virginia. Jaden Small exists. And boy, was he insane last night. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Congratulations. You're in the big dance. Big 12's got a lot of teams in here, a lot of talent in here. Fun Saturday, man. I was passionate about it. I was watching it on the plane, and I was like, I need to record something because I'm excited about this. Today's show, it's an emergency show. Brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel's where I go for all these things. FanDuel's where I go to put money on the games. And typically it works out for me. Typically in March, especially as March Madness comes up, I know things. I watch college basketball. It makes me happy. When the game tips off in the NBA or college basketball, with FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game. Even if you miss the opening tip-off or want to bet on a fourth quarter comeback, you can stay in the action. If you're looking for a bigger payout, combine your live bets into a same-game parlay. I love FanDuel's live betting feature because it keeps every moment of the game exciting. I'm back on my team for a late-game rally, picking a player to hit a big 3. I never miss a moment. FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Visit FanDuel.com to join today. That's FanDuel.com for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Okay. Thanks, guys. It's late. It's 12:49 Eastern time in my mental clock. But it's what I do for the Big 12, for the Dose Grande. This has been, it always will be, Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.